Hello adventurer! Want to catch all of the unique cultural festivities while you're in Singapore? Then this video is for you. I'm Tommy, your local Singaporean, and in this ultimate video guide, I'll be sharing with you when and where you can enjoy the top festivals and celebrations that will surely make your Singapore trip more unique and memorable. Let's begin. Starting from January, there are two very exciting celebrations to catch. The Chinese New Year is also known as the Lunar New Year because it's following the lunar calendar. The actual date of the celebration usually falls in the late of January to the middle of February. But celebrations usually start as early as the first week of January, peaking on the actual date, then sizzling out throughout February. The first thing not to miss is the Chinatown light up. This is where you can see the liveliest decorations of the upcoming zodiac animal for free. And since you're in the area, also check out the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple because it's always decorated very nicely for the festival. To get to the heart of the celebration, head down to the Chinatown station. The main light-up event is along the Yu Tong Sen Street, but it also stretches across the nearby streets. So you can walk around and have a look. Most of the bazaars are also scattered along the streets around Chinatown. Here are the few streets that you can check out. Can't say that you've been to a Chinese New Year celebrations if you haven't seen a lion dance. You'll be treated to a sight of a martial art duo in a lion costume performing all kinds of cool stunts. It is said to bring you good luck. The easiest way to catch these shows is to look out for their schedule nearer to the festive date. Or just follow me on Instagram because I will surely be updating this for you. But that's not all. There is also a grand costume parade called the Chingay. For $20 to $40, you get to watch a convoy of costume, singing and dancing. It's usually held on the weekends near the actual date. If you prefer attending free events, you might enjoy the River Hong Pao at the Gardens by the Bay or the lantern display at the Jurong Lake Gardens. These are light exhibits full of recreation of Chinese cultural scenes that usually run weeks before the actual date. The second exciting celebration to catch is the Thaipusam, which also falls between mid-Jan to mid-Feb. This is when our Hindu devotees celebrate the piercing victory of good over evil. The most iconic and memorable part of Thaipusam is the carrying of the burdens called kavadis. You might have seen those intense photos of devotees heavily pierced with metal hooks, spears and rods all over their bodies. This is not a tongue-in-cheek festival. These kavadis can be as simple as a milk pot to ornate, towering, peacock-like structure pierced into one's body. There are also chariot-style kavadi where the bearer is attached with hooks pulling the chariot. If you want to catch Thaipusam, here are the dates that you can look out for in the next few years. The easiest way to witness the Thaipusam is to camp along the route of their procession, which is the route from Sri Srinivasa Temple, turning into Orchard Road, then to Tank Road, where Sri Tendayu Tapani Temple is at. The peak celebration in the mornings is around 7 to 8 AM, which is a perfect timing to witness the festival, even if you are on a work day. The most accessible spot would be Dhoby Ghaut MRT station. Go to either exit B or exit A. You are welcome to join in their celebrations and even walk with them. In the month of March, the biggest festival for our Muslim friends, the Hari Raya Puasa. There will be a huge bazaar full of food, games, cultural performance as early as 2 weeks before the actual date. This bazaar is a true testament to their faith because many of these food stalls are run by Muslims themselves who would be fasting in this period. To catch the celebrations, get down to the Kampong Glam area or the Geylang Serai. By the way, the dates of Hari Raya moves 11 days earlier in every calendar year. So, the most interesting season will be in 2029 to 2031 where we'll be celebrating the Chinese New Year and the Hari Raya back to back. So we'll be partying every day. And I read about it, the last time this happened in the 96, they call this the Selamat Kongsi Raya, which is the combined greetings from the Malay Selamat Hari Raya and the Chinese Kongsi Fatai. In the month of May, we have the holiest celebration for our Buddhist community, the Vesak. Culturally, this is the time that devotees seek to do more good deeds, such as releasing captive animals. Traditionally, people used to release birds, but in Singapore, Actually, it's illegal because releasing any additional birds may have impact on the local wildlife, and if there is a demand to buy captive birds to be released, it will actually be incentivizing people to catch birds so that they can sell it. So might as well just leave them free in the first place. The biggest celebration is usually at the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple in Chinatown. They will hold ceremonial events during the day, which are usually followed by a charity event inviting the underprivileged residents to free meals and art performances. June is a bit quiet, there's not much celebration, but there's one very bright season because of the annual Eye Light Festival. It's an artsy light exhibit that welcomes the most interesting light art sculptures. It's super easy to attend because it's around the Marina Bay. In August is our most patriotic month because we celebrate our National Day. Our biggest celebration is the National Day Parade, also known as the NDP. It always starts on a high note, with our most dedicated paratroopers dropping into the stage straight from the sky, followed by art performances, singing, and military parades. Even our president and prime minister come by to watch. And of course, this is also the event to show off how we've been spending our tax money, with the F-15 flybys and the dashing armor columns. But that's not all. The peak of our tax dollar spending, the grand fireworks. The parade itself takes place on the 9th of August, which is Singapore's National Day. And actually, only local residents can get a ticket to the NDP. But you can actually watch the fireworks many weeks before the actual day and without needing a ticket. The NDP is a serious yearly affair in Singapore. Because of the massive scale of NDP celebrations, there are always multiple counts of rehearsals before the actual day, which is good for us because in all of these rehearsals, the fireworks also goes off. This gives us more opportunities to catch a glimpse of the fireworks. Though, from what I've heard, the earlier celebrations have less intense firework display. Looking at the rehearsal schedules in the past years, they seem to practice every weekend from the middle of June all the way till the actual day in August. Most of the rehearsals happen on Saturday evenings, but to be sure, look up the official NDP website to see the date of the rehearsals, because sometimes they may change the rehearsal day to Sunday.
My cheat code is to look at the traffic advisories posted by the LTA. They are the government agency handling all traffic-related issues. These advisories are always issued in advance because NDP rehearsals always disrupt traffic.
The peak of the firework display is usually about 8 PM, but this free firework display is very popular, so you might want to be here earlier. I believe some of them might even have camped here since the morning or the afternoon just to secure their seats. So, where should you go? Well, the sky is the limit. This spot right here is the epicenter of the pyromancy. You can identify this area by the Marina Bay Sands building in the background. The fireworks will shoot out of those thingies in the middle of the bay. So technically, all the surrounding areas in view of the sky above of the bay is a good place to watch the fireworks. But if you hate to be in a crowded area
and you want to be in the comfort of your private room or a bathtub, well, there's a way for a price. You can book a hotel around the area for a night. I can imagine the view from MBS itself must be phenomenal. But remember to book the hotel room that's facing the Marina Bay.
By the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please leave a like so that more people can find it. Thank you very much. September is the time for Mid-Autumn Festival, which was originally a harvest festival over the full moon. Us locals celebrate by crafting lanterns with our families and eating the very iconic moon cakes. The bigger public celebrations happen at the same places we celebrate Chinese New Year. So head down to the Chinatown, Gardens by the Bay, and the Jurong Lake Gardens to soak up the grand display of the lanterns and sometimes light shows. Now you might be wondering, what's a moon cake? Can I try it? You're in luck. Head down to the basement level of Takashimaya Shopping Center at the Orchard Road, where they always throw a big food pop-up in every festival. Why it's so good is because many of these stores will offer free samples. So, definitely worth coming by here, especially during Mid-Autumn Festival or Chinese New Year. The month of October is the time for our Hindu friends. Around mid-October to mid-November, we celebrate the Deepavali, also known as Diwali or the Festival of Lights. The most iconic part of Deepavali in Singapore are the rangolis. These are colorful artistic patterns drawn at the entrance of homes celebrating Deepavali. For the bigger celebrations, head down to Little India in the evening. The streets along the Serangoon Road will be lit, and the stretch along the Campbell Lane will be full of shops and festivities. For the biggest Deepavali Bazaar, go further down the Serangoon Road up till the Centurium Square. But if you think that Deepavali was lit, you haven't seen the Temiti. This festival is literally fire. In Tamil, Temiti means fire walking. Hindu devotees would observe vows of abstinence and purity days before the festival, before finally fulfilling them by walking barefoot across fiery coals. This festival is open for public viewing. For the most fiery experience, head down to the Sri Mariamman Temple around 6 p.m. to get a seat in the viewing gallery and watch the first few batches of the firewalkers. If you arrive any later in the evening, you would have to join a long line of people who also want to observe the festival. Hey, it's not over yet for October because we still got the spookiest celebration of the year, the Halloween. Hello, adventurer! Welcome to the biggest and grandest Halloween celebration in Singapore, the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. It's basically Universal Studios, except it's at night, the decor is creepy, and on top of the scary roller coasters, you get scary haunted houses and scare zones. The haunted houses basically recreate the movie scenes for your experience. And believe me, you'll get the full experience because they employ very clever tricks and very convincing scare actors to jump scare you along the way. The haunted houses are different every year. In the scare zones, instead of a house, you get a whole area infested with ghosts and monsters, played by live performers. Actually, I don't know. Maybe some of them are real. I think the scare zones are my favorite. Not only the queues are faster, it's really very fun to watch people get scared. For the best experience at the HHN, avoid visiting on the first opening weekend. However, if you prefer a free Halloween event that's more homely and community-based, let me take you to our largest local party here. Let's go!
Nowhere else in Singapore celebrate Halloween like this neighborhood. At least not at this scale and dedication. Homeowners transform their homes into crypts and welcome ghoulish visitors or superheroes with bowls of candies.
Actually, we don't really celebrate Halloween in Singapore. That's why this estate is very unique because they've been throwing this Halloween trick and treat night for the past few years. So if you're up for some fun time in a costume, join the party at the Watan Estate.
The public are welcome to join the trick or treat session. Just keep a lookout for the event details at their Facebook page.
My favorite time of the year? Christmas in December. For the merriest Christmas, visit the Orchard Road, which by now will be full of Christmas trees, decorative lights, and even a mini amusement park, perfect for family with children. I'll usually come by every year to rank which shopping mall built the best Christmas tree.
Last year, they even have a Christmas market in front of Takashimaya.
Around this time, you can also find snow at the Gardens by the Bay at the Christmas Wonderland event. This is one of the few times that the Gardens by the Bay public area becomes a ticketed area. For around $10 per adult and half that per children, you get to enjoy Christmas lights, Christmas market, and the occasional fake snow. It's not Merry Christmas without the Happy New Year. If you missed the NDP fireworks, this is your chance to catch them at the New Year's Eve countdown. On the 31st of December, there's always a free countdown event that blasts off with fireworks at midnight. It's free to join, but a lot of people would want to be there, so you gotta get there early to get a good spot to watch the fireworks.
Here's a summary for the festivals throughout the year, which you can get for free in my Singapore Planner.
But wait, I have one more bonus festival for you. If you want to see the White House of Singapore, the Istana, which is out of bounds to the public for most of the year, watch out for the 5 times that it may open to the public for viewing. These are during the Chinese New Year, Hari Raya Puasa, so in 2029 they might be open for 2 days in a row, the Labor Day, National Day, and the Deepavali. It's free for locals, but foreigners will have to pay the standard rate. Again, follow me on Instagram to get the actual date for these celebrations. And congratulations! You're now ready to join us locals in our celebrations. But if you want a solid itinerary for your visit to Singapore, watch this next video over here. I'll see you there.